Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel, Ophiuchus. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. And I'm going to do a reading for you guys. If you've watched the channel update video that I posted yesterday, that kind of explains what I'm doing. But we've got masculine and feminine energies meeting in Leo this week. So Mars and Venus are meeting in Leo. And I thought it might be interesting to do a masculine and feminine alignment reading for every sign. And I want to speak into this with you, Ophies, because Ophiuchus is the embodied alignment of the masculine and feminine in the Kundalini, in the serpent. And I know that. And there's a but. But Ophiuchans, we are here in the physical form, which means to some lesser or greater extent, we are subject to the rules of the 3D, which will give us issues and hang-ups and peaks and troughs to work with in this reality. So speaking into that, I'm making a general assumption that there are still masculine and feminine bits and pieces to work on, even though you are ether, embodiment of all right? So let's just have a look at where you are. So what we're going to do is there are 3 columns. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 card reading. So I'm going to read for the feminine on the left and the masculine on the right. And in the middle, we're going to draw cards for bridging points. And then across in rows, we're going to look at current energies, archetypal energies that are being harnessed right now, where you want to shine a light on those archetypal energies, what you want to change, what are you willing to change, what you want to achieve, and then we'll pull a divine abundance card for final guidance. Right, I haven't looked at these yet. So, feminine, current, ending. Did I just say ending? So I'm reversing that one. Okay, this is the first reverse reading in a simple oracle deck. Bear with me just a minute. Right, it is a current ending coming through in your current energy. So it looks like immediately you might be exactly where you need to be. All right, let's have a look. Stop waffling, Chrissy. So feminine current energy. Oh God, this again. Why does this keep happening to me? Well, it doesn't, honey. You're just creating a trigger big enough to catalyze change, and that takes huge courage. And what I did in there was to reframe where your mind might have gone without making any assumptions. Your mind might have gone to, sake, I'm so frustrated with this situation. Why can't I break out of it? And I'm reframing it because of what I can see coming through. And right. What I'm seeing is if she just jumps off this egg timer and flips it and stands back, it will drain away. But there's almost a resistance to allow it to move, to allow the sand to flow through. And what I'm seeing in the collective, in the broader collective, is the harnessing of conflict for great purpose, all right? That's the elevated thinking around it. To catalyze change, we have to create a tower moment, and we pull in our own tower moments to tear down an old edifice that isn't serving us, uplifting us, enriching us, nurturing us, loving us. And so to do that, we wedge ourselves into stuckness and frustration and restriction. We've got a lot of retro action at the moment, and also with Neptune and Jupiter being retrograde, we're literally sitting in the void. So we might get preoccupied with, I want to know, where am I going? What direction am I heading in? Never ending story. I can't seem to manifest. All right, so that's the current energy. What the masculine is bringing in. Yeah, caveat. So, you know me, all my readings are inner personal journeys, because that is what creates the world. It's where we point our focus. So I don't tend to do he said, she said, divine twin, soul, flame, whatever the wording is. I don't do any of those readings. But you might listen to this reading and go, oh, I can see two people in that. Great, apply it, because it might genuinely be projecting onto a real relationship to help you really see it in the physical. So do that. If, however, you are doing your inner masculine and feminine journey, the twinning, because that's what this is all about, it's the divine twinning, then apply it inwardly. And as usual, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Masculine. Attaboy. Before I talk into this, I want to show you the bridging card between the feminine current and the masculine current. And this is the only time I've read an inverted card in this oracle deck. Right, not for you. Upside down, this says, let it go. Let it go. All right, so we've got the feminine, never-ending story, so let it go. And the masculine coming in to say, I'm ready to create. I'm ready to create. Climb on my back or walk beside me. It's time to create. Wow. This is blueprint. This is blueprint stuff. It's the fusing of light into matter. It's the feminine meeting the masculine at 34. Beautiful. Coming into manifestation, I might broadly suggest is your current energy. Let's have a look. What archetype? Of course, yeah. Oh. Okay. I'm going to start with the masculine. He's talking to the feminine here. Let me just have a drink of cold tea. I'm sorry about the light. It's just thick grey cloud today. Trickster. The words I heard when I turned this card were, I'm ready to create, but it's going to throw me into some kind of turmoil. Old narratives. This is base chakra stuff about security and belongingness, bondedness, commitment, which is all about commitment to self. And where there's an old narrative running that can challenge our commitment to self, because something else wants us to should on that. Something else wants us to serve that instead of this. And this time on the planet is about when you serve this, that automatically manifests. This becomes the outgoing broadcast. So he's got some nervousness in here. Because, and again, the wording is about transcendence, is about transcending convention. This came out for another reading yesterday. And when we transcend convention, boy, do we challenge the system, our own system. It's a tower moment, okay? So she's having a tower moment in current energy, and he's harnessing the trickster archetype to shake his foundation so that he can create this manifestation, leg up in a new paradigm. Brave work indeed. And so he needs her support. And so she is harnessing. Priestess. It's no wonder she feels stuck. She's harnessing priestess. That's void. That is void. Only the brave go there. Seriously, I raise a tankard of ale to you. Visionary, to move into visionary is to really see the bigger picture. Ophiuchus, Sagittarians, you'll totally get this because we see things in through a cosmic lens, big picture, what's happening on the planet. And so she might be in the bigness of that, and it might be that she's got to kind of make that smaller, bring that into the personal. How does that affect this inner alignment of masculine and feminine? What can I do to that? So this is about the eyes can only see what the mind is willing to conceive of. So the answer is open the mind to the unknown. Like I said yesterday, we cannot create the new and know what we're doing because there won't be the subconscious patterning that goes, oh, yep, that's a bowl, that's a Ganesh, that's a drum, that can identify and give shape and matter, form to the identity. So she's harnessing visionary. It's a willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So this is service to the collective. Wow, she's moving through some energy. He wants to build it for her, but he's going to have to break some social paradigms to do it. And look at the bridging energy for these two archetypes. I mean, does it get any better than guide? This is using the nature of divinity as a bridge. So it's the masculine and feminine meeting each other in their divinity. The divinity is automatically transcendent of social paradigms. So just to elevate into that level will make the narrative between them a better vehicle to create change, a smoother chariot, if you like. So your guiding bridge is see the light in one another. See the light in your inner masculine with no shame or guilt, name calling, and vice versa, the feminine. All right, let's go feminine. What light does she want to shine on this visionary archetype? Learning to ask for help. Yeah, this came out yesterday. There's a lot of repeating messages at the moment. Learning to ask for help. Now, if she's in priestess energy with this visionary, then she might be wanting to tap into her guides, her cosmic family, her higher multidimensional self, and build bridges and connections, pathways, so that she can download these new bits and pieces. But she might be knackered. There's a lot of spiritual exhaustion in the system at the moment. This has been a tough decade, a super tough decade of karmic clearing. But look, she has the key. She has the key. In order to ask for help, we have to, by default, explore our own vulnerability, which will challenge all that base chakra stuff about aloneness and abandonment, and never supported, I'm always alone. So challenge away. Challenge away. So what light does the masculine want to shine onto this trickster energy? All right. These cards are face down. I'm turning them up as I'm going through. Trusting tricksters in font size 0. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. This can be the difference in the inner narrative of whether it's coming from the mind or whether it's coming from the body. Is it a somatic process that's active intelligence at a cellular level? Trust that. Or is it coming from the noisy mind? Well, I suggest you walk into that and meet it and shake its hand and give it a cuppa and meet it with compassion, because so far it's probably saved you. So far it's probably served some kind of coping purpose. So no shame, no guilt. This is all about elevation. Trusting tricksters, right? So he wants to learn how to trust himself. This is amazing. He wants to harness that trickster, elevate it, and learn to trust. coming into authenticity. Let's look at the bridging energy for what light wants to be shone on the guide. Again, this is one of yesterday's cards. Yeah. This is, wow, yeah, beautiful. This is echoing what I've just been talking about, is this a somatic process or a mind process? So this is talking about the energetic system, right? The emotional system, or even it could be drilling down into emotions as distinct from feelings. So feelings in the body are instincts, and emotions in the body are old storylines, old woundings, perhaps. So your bridging energy for shining a light is to really start working on the energy body. That's the tip. Let's look at what you're willing to change. What's the feminine willing to change? She's willing to accept support from her inner masculine. Don't have to do it all alone. Don't have to do it all alone. Again, this space chakra stuff, dream a beautiful dream. That's collectively being part of the frustration is I can't seem to manifest. Grrr. I was like, everything I put my mind to, it just isn't time. There's stuff to be worked on. And every time we do shadow work, be under no illusion, that is the manifestation of light. We're just emptying the vessel so that we can harness and hold more light. So she's willing to change how she dreams her beautiful dream, or what her dream is. Because if she's harnessing visionary and learning to ask for help, it might be a collective dream now. It might be, I want to work with people. I want to serve the collective. Right, what is he willing to change? Oh. That's interesting. What's interesting is that I could quite happily transpose these cards and they would become something else. There's a kind of androgyny in this willingness to change. Because she's learning to ask for help and he's willing to change receptivity. It might even be that he's willing to change actually how he gives. And it might also be how he receives her intuition. Because that's the principle. The feminine is the passive receptive. She receives from her high priestess. And he creates. He is active principle, she is passive. But look how passive this is. So he's willing to change this. So this might be about receiving instruction from the inner feminine. And indeed, the outer, if this is relating to a relationship. Beautiful. And the bridging energy for what they are willing to change. This is creating with nature, with the nature body, this is divine. This is creating straight from the void, which obviously is going to change her beautiful dream. And he's going to have to move into receiving. He's going to have to, because when we create from the void, we can't possibly know it's going to look like this or it's going to look like that. So again, massive open-mindedness, blinkers off. It's a really nice kind of, this energy feels held. It feels, I can feel kind of willingness from her, and it's this strong kind of holding energy from the masculine side, like we've got this, we've got this. Creating from the void, of course, classic offy. Okay, let's look at what she wants to achieve in this. A balanced mind, a balanced truth, reciprocity, equilibrium, balance, balance, balance of power. I've just heard a balance of power. Wow, no, there's the willingness. The balance of power can only be done through reciprocity. He wants to nail it. He wants to absolutely bring it home. Stand in his power, in his light. It's solar plexus energy. Okay. It's quite Leonian, actually. King of Wands is passion and sunshine. So yeah, standing in his passion rather than his dominating power, perhaps. Passionately helping her to create equilibrium in power. This is not too shabby, is it? Let's look at the bridging. Yeah. Death. Let it go. Jump off the sands of time and tip them over, because that path is not for you. You're becoming visionary. As a holistic self, you are becoming a visionary, transcending trickster energy, seeing a bigger picture and creating balance in your field. And let go and embrace new beginnings. Oh, Ophiuchus. Oh, what a gorgeous energy. It feels very healing, like medicine healing. Lovely. Let's have divine abundance to wrap this reading up. Ophiuchus, please. Whilst this reading's kind of for the end of July, I sense it's a 6-month reading because we're building legacy now. We are at the beginning of this new karmic intent. So we're building legacy, which is why there's so much visionary energy, divine energy coming through. Yeah, I love that one. Well, there's your invitation. Okay. Invite the divine to pursue you seriously. Oof. Just say, I'm finally ready. Pursue me. Oh, I love that. I'm finally ready. Pursue me. So yeah. Receive. It's all there for you. Receive, because you were born worth it. You were born worth it, Ophiuchus. Amazing work. Take care. And I will see you all again whenever. Lots of love. Bye.